Over the last 2 weeks, a number of announcements and rumors have come out of the Marvel Studios. Everything from a secret discussion to get Spider-Man to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe, to the recent announcements that Robert Downey Jr. would be joining Chris Evans for Captain America 3, and that this would be leading to the Marvel Civil War. The implications for this are huge, and to understand what all this means and what is implied and kind of where this says that the cinematic universe is going, I thought I'd take some time and have a special Theories of Conspiracies Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Civil War was a huge company-wide crossover that took place during 2006-2007. The basic premise is that after a massive chain of incidents of casualties and destruction in superhuman-related events, the U.S. government passes a registration act requiring all superhuman individuals to register with the government, essentially working for the government as civil servants. They could work with S.H.I.E.L.D. or in another capacity. The front runner and main supporter of this was Iron Man, Tony Stark, while the main opponent was Captain America. In the comics, the issue here is the secret identity and the privacy there of the heroes to have normal lives outside of doing their superhero work. The final incident that sets all this off was a group of young superheroes, the New Warriors, were trying to cash in on their powers and had a reality show. And they were attempting to take down a group of supervillains that they were clearly not matched for, and the resulting battle ended up in the deaths of 600 people, including 60 children at a local school. The public outrage is what spurred the Registration Act and divided the superhero community. One of the biggest moments to come out of the Civil War was Spider-Man publicly revealing his identity. And this is probably the most iconic moment of the Civil War, and why Marvel making the deal with Sony to get Spider-Man in the cinematic universe is such an important note and step in this process. Now, the climax of the event comes when Captain America realizes he's basically not him specifically, but that this superhuman fight is tearing apart their community and the country, and so he surrenders to Iron Man, and that is how the Civil War ends. But that then leads on to a whole bunch of other things. So what I want to talk about now is the implications of what this actually means for the cinematic universe. Now, Hulk and Thor do not play a part in the Civil War. For the cinematic universe, what this could mean is in our Hulk standalone film, that after Age of Ultron, we are going to see Hulk probably sent off planet. My guess is Hulk loses it due to something Ultron does. Now, okay, maybe I should say there's a lot of speculation and theories here, so if you don't want to hear them, I'll see you later. But Hulk is going to be sent off world, and this is going to get us Planet Hulk. I'm thinking this is a decision made by either Tony Stark or Captain America, or just that whole group, or maybe this is not even their decision. Maybe this is how Ultron deals with Hulk, and he shoots him off planet. So he's out of the picture. Thor, with Thor 3, I have a strong feeling this is going to deal with Surtur and will involve Ragnarok. It may not be the death of Thor. I doubt it will be, because I am expecting Thor to take part in the Battle of Thanos later on, but it will keep him occupied in some way that he cannot take part in the Civil War. It should be noted that in the comics, a clone of Thor is made that eventually takes the name Ragnarok. The clone is basically a cyborg, but is destroyed by Hercules. And Hercules, we know, has been rumored to be making his Marvel Cinematic Universe introduction in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a pretty great scene where Thor and Hercules have been battling, and the clone of Thor have been battling, and he just, smashes his face and says, "Thou art not Thor," something along those lines. It's a pretty good fight. Now, it doesn't have to be Hercules that does that. Thor could make a last-minute appearance, but that would completely change the tide of the war, and someone that powerful on the side of the anti-registration would change the outcome. So that's why I don't think Thor would come back in that sense. Now, after the final battle and Captain surrenders, the next thing that happens, and this I think would tie in directly to speculation about Bucky taking over as Captain America, is you have the Fallen Sun series. This is Captain America is presumably assassinated. I say presumably because it's the comics and no one ever dies. And then Bucky takes over. He's assassinated while going into court, and then there's a whole separate storyline about trying to figure out what happened there. But after the Fallen Sun, Bucky takes over as Captain America for a while, and he has his team of Secret Avengers that he leads, while Tony Stark has his Mighty Avengers. So I think he actually, not Secret Avengers, I think it goes by New Avengers. So all this is taking place. Now, how do we get the two different teams? Well, this again is highly spoilerish if you don't want to know anything about Age of Ultron. So again, this is just a warning. Rumor has it that at the end of Age of Ultron, you have a lot of the heroes hanging up their capes, their tights, whatever, however you want to say it, and a new team of Avengers is formed. There's some theories on what the roster is for that, but it's not actually set in stone yet. But that could be the team that Captain America will lead during the Civil War, and that Bucky takes over leading once it's done. Then, of course, all this to say, when Civil War's done and we've had the new team established, I kind of picture both teams coming back together to battle Thanos, because you're going to need a huge team to take that on. And so this way you can bolster the ranks of the Avengers without having one massive team trying to share screen time. That's kind of where I think this is going. What do you think? Let me know. Are you excited for the Civil War? Did you read the comics? If not, they're on the Marvel Digital Unlimited. It would be great for you to check that out. There's a lot going on there, and it's a really good read. Let me know if you're excited about this. Hit me up in the comments, and stay tuned later this week for a new Theories and Conspiracies for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is Brian from Good Nerd, Bad Nerd. Talk nerdy to me.